you do my hair first? Oh, yeah.
Girl ไม่จำเป็นว่าเธอต้องสวยเลิศเลอ No matter what you're wearing ขอแค่เพียงได้เจอ
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
จะมีบ้างไหมล่ะใครสักคนกลับมา stick
One, two, three.
Welcome to Phanganist.com. Today I have a very good friend, CK, with me. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And how are you?
I'm very well.
สวัสดีครับทุกคน
So, CK's story, he's very famous on the island, as some of you may know. But also we're here to talk about growth and Koh Phangan and what he's up to now. So, from a Phanganist point of view, he's very much part of the Phanganist family. Came 2 years ago and began working for the magazine and the hostel. I have seen this young man grow so much in the last 2 years, more than a lot of people, in a positive way. So tell us your story, CK. Why did you first come and what's happening?
Okay, first, thank you for having me on Phanganist.com. I really appreciate it. So, I came 2 years ago for my first full moon because I have some Thai friends who have a hostel on the island. And they let me stay at the hostel for 100 baht a night at full moon time, which is like very unheard of. But yeah, anyways, I came and I owe it to a guy named Moss. And everybody knows Moss. He's a super famous fire dancer and fire performer in Koh Phangan and in Thailand. And I spent, I think, about 1 week with him and his friends. And I saw his lifestyle, how he lived, what he did every day. And I fell in love. Because when I live in Bangkok, I spend like 5 hours a day in traffic and I was just really over it. So I came here for a week and then I decided like, okay, I need to go back to Bangkok because I ran out of money. I started a new job when I got to Bangkok and I absolutely hated it.
What were you doing?
Actually, I was a salesman for an alcohol company. I'm not going to name which company because I left on the spot and I told him to go fuck himself. But yeah, I'm not going to name the company. But yeah, I left and I was like, it was the most scariest feeling for me because I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew I didn't want to be in Bangkok. I knew I didn't want to be running around the city for whatever reason. I don't even know. So I got really frustrated. But after I quit on the spot, when I was walking out of the building, I was like, I had this huge rush of just like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Like, fuck, like my house, what am I gonna do with my mom? Like, how am I gonna pay for my mom to, have like a comfortable life? But I knew the one thing that I really wanted deep inside was to come and move to Koh Phangan.
Yeah.
So, 2 weeks later, I moved to Koh Phangan with 1,500 baht in my pocket. I knew nobody besides Moss, but actually Moss was not able to give me a job because he's a performer. So what I did was I arrived to Koh Phangan and it was raining and I had nowhere to go. I had no one to talk to, but all I did was I just walked from the pier just down the road and just like looked at some hostels and businesses and asked them like, hey, can I have a job please? And they asked me like, what's your experience? What have you done here before? I said I've done nothing like that's the same as what I could do here. So yeah, I got rejected about 4 or 5 times. And then I came here and I met a guy named Sharon. And yeah.
I remember the day.
You remember the day?
The day, yeah.
So it was raining, I had 1,500 baht. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I met Sharon and wow, in 2 years, everything that I've learned and grown and mastered and tried was because of Sharon, Phanganist. Actually, I worked here as a volunteer for 3 months, and actually, I think Sharon, like I was really bad, I was really shit, and Sharon actually wanted to kick me out. We had a very long chat about like what I can do, to improve myself and how I can actually make money. All I was interested in back then was just parties, drinking, girls. Well, it's still like that, but I've grown up and I've accepted responsibilities, and I've grown.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then when Sharon said like, I'm gonna, like, you know, you need to do something, otherwise you're gonna have to leave, that in my mind, it like clicked and
Yeah.
totally changed me.
Yeah.
And that's where it started from.
And what's interesting is I speak to a lot of people, and I'm sure many others do, a lot of Western people like myself. I'm from the UK and I've come all the way to Thailand to have this different life. But what's interesting is that even Thai people like yourself, who live in Bangkok, have the same transformation in the same country, coming from the city to Koh Phangan for this life.
I think it's the reason why people who live in Koh Phangan,
Yeah.
because it's completely different from everything else outside of Koh Phangan. So I think it's really nice to have this small little community where lots of people come in for a brief period of time and then leave. But then the people who stay, like, become like you just have an instant connection with them, because we
Yeah.
all have the same feeling and the same vibe. But I do think it's important every once in a while to leave the island,
Yeah.
go somewhere else for a week or two,
Yeah.
and come back, because it's very easy to get distracted with the parties, with the very chill lifestyle,
Yeah.
with the very attitude of like someone tells you to do something today and you're like, but today I'm going to the beach, so no, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow there's a party that's going on, and then
Yeah.
you know, like nothing ever happens here. So
Yeah.
but I think the best part is if you can keep like a city work attitude and still live on the island.
Still have some discipline a little bit.
Exactly, and that's the best way to live on this island, because I've seen a lot of people come, burn out, you know, really damage themselves, have no money left, and it's not the best position to be in, but it's a great lesson, I think.
For sure. So lately you've gone through quite a big transformation. So going from being the Phanganist.com magazine photographer, also being in the hostel at the same time, running the bar and the nights and all sorts of other things. You've now left us and you've gone and you've moved to Labracadabra.
Yes.
So tell us about this new transition.
Actually, well, okay, so I've left Phanganist, but I'm doing like I think 3 or 4 other things on the side. So at the moment, like in my morning, daytime, I'm with Luca at Labracadabra, and if you want to see Luca's interview, click there or there or there, somewhere around here. So yeah, you know, coming from a party hostel atmosphere where I had to be around party people all the time who wanted to just drink and have a good time and meet people, and this was amazing because nobody believes me that I was super shy 2 years ago. Like, I didn't know how to talk to people 2 years ago. Like, there was times when I would see girls in the bar and then I would quickly just run to the toilet and then like Google like how to talk to girls at a bar. You know, like that's how bad I was.
Now you can ask him because you know.
Yeah, so you know, like I'm not ashamed to say like this is what I used to do 2 years ago.
That's cool, yeah.
And now I don't do that, I promise. But yeah, so that's how it started. Like I was super shy 2 years ago, and then in the 2 years, like I've changed completely. But yeah, from being around party, music, backpackers, I wanted like a complete different change because in my opinion, I saw like quite some damages to myself and my health and like my value of life, you know, so I wanted to change it and I wanted to discover something new. So Luca messaged me one day and was like, hey, do you want to come work for Labracadabra as a community manager? And I said, I have no idea what that is, but I only knew what Labracadabra does, which is build stuff, make stuff, perform, do arts and craft, build things, craft things, do fire shows, performances, make the air look pretty.
Be very responsible and sustainable.
And be very responsible and sustainable. That's the main thing. So everything in Labracadabra is recycled, upcycled, or used in some way. So plastic bottles, cans, oatmeal packets, eggshells, everything in the house is completely reused, which is amazing to think about because most households use something, chuck it in the same bin. You know, you don't have to think about, okay, what could this be useful for? You know, like, have you ever had a instance where, let's say you have a bottle and you want to clean the inside, but you can't get inside? So Luca came up with an idea, okay, let's crush eggshells really small and put it inside and shake it. Actually, this gets the thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it cleans the inside of the bottle, you know? So it's just random things like this is really amazing, you know, to think about and to see.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's one thing. On the second, I'm managing a kite surfing spot with my good friend Tale, who has Natural Kite Park. Nearly forgot the name of his kite school. So yeah, good news is we just bought our second spot.
Cool.
So next season we're gonna have one spot at Munchies Resort and a second spot at Two Rocks.
Oh, cool.
So that's something cool if you
Yeah.
want to do kite surfing and you know island sports. And the third thing is fire shows. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of fire shows at the moment, which is really amazing. Like, I love it. Making the air look pretty, you know, like, it's a good way to get girls too. It's fun, it's good money, and it's also my way of having a night out, but being paid for it and having a purpose.
Having a purpose,
Because I think, like, we both don't just go to a party just for the fun of it, you know?
I need something to do if I'm not dancing.
Exactly.
I'm not drinking, so.
And I'm trying to, and you don't drink anymore.
Nope.
It's been
Over a year.
over a year not drinking, which is a big inspiration, which I want to try get to. I'm doing a little bit better, but it's still difficult to not drink. But this is an inspiration to not drink, and actually fire shows help me not to drink, you know, because if I was about to go and get a drink, I would just say like, okay, no, I'm gonna practice a new trick and just not think about drinking.
Do you feel more balanced now?
Yes, I do. Now I'm waking up almost 8 a.m. every day, even if I had fire shows the night before. I'm doing something in the daytime, like teaching kite surfing. And then in the nighttime I've got fire show. So I kind of have like my morning computer desk time job, afternoon to be out in the water, out in the sun, and then nighttime to be out at a party doing a fire show.
Cool.
So I feel very balanced and very like this is what I want to do at this time, kind of thing. So.
And what would be your advice for people who, how old are you now? 22. I still have 12 years on you, yeah? What would be your advice for, you know, relatively young people like yourself, 22 years old, early 20s, who want to come to Koh Phangan for a long period of time and maybe make it their home? Thank you, Natu.
Thank you, Natu. Natu is my mate lady, which is mate assistant. Anybody doesn't know what mate is, it's an Argentinian tea, which is very, very amazing. You're supposed to share it, actually. So.
Oh, thank you. So you give your advice and I'll drink.
So, my advice after 2 years of being on Koh Phangan would be, one is to enjoy your time responsibly. And what I mean by that is like, have fun, drink, smoke, go out, stay out late, you know, make new friendships, make new memories. But at the same time, try not to get used to it, you know, because it makes it very easy to get used to it, because new people come to the island all the time. Old people come back. Friends of a friend come. Your friend's mother comes, your friend's father, your friend's sister. Everybody comes to the island, and you want to show them a good time and you want to make them have a good experience. But you need to think about yourself, I think. And if you're trying to make everybody happy and take them out and to the parties and to the shows or whatever, it gets too much. You damage your health. But yeah, I just recommend like stay healthy, eat good, don't skip meals for cigarettes because that's a very common thing to do, is to skip meals for cigarettes. Take your vitamins, eat fruit, eat lots of fruit. So yeah, while I've been here, like I still have numerous problems from like going out a lot and drinking a lot and damaging my health. But it's kind of like a good thing in a way, because this is what makes me realize how important taking care of yourself is. I've had some serious damages to my body and to my eyes. But yeah, take care of yourself. Wear a helmet when you drive your bike, even though I don't, but I'm Thai, so I can drive a bike. You know. What other advice do I have?
Think about it.
Okay,
We've been talking for ages now. Have your meta and shut up. Okay. Anything else you want to add? Go on.
Anything else I want to add? Follow me on Instagram. And come to the Phanganist for pre-parties. Enjoy your time here. It's a super awesome place. I still come around because I still around because I miss
Every
it.
day.
Not every day, but most days.
Okay. Thank you, CK. Love you.
Yay! Bye. Bye.